Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Tech for Experts and Authors. My name's Chet Davis, otherwise known as your technology tutor. It's our goal in these short little video conversations each weekday morning to provide some insight on an aspect of technology that may help experts, authors, and home users as well. If you use your computer just for personal use or for work. Today I want to focus on this right here. A microphone, getting a great microphone for your computer. Maybe it's connecting to folks using Skype. Maybe it's family and friends. Maybe it's a workmate. Maybe it's a client. I've connected to clients both domestically and across the world. Had some great conversations with colleagues and partners, joint venture partners in Paris. In fact, just a couple weeks ago in Mexico City, and a week ago a client in the UK. So you can use that for Skype, for FaceTime, for connecting in a variety of Windows or Mac applications. You can also use it to prepare materials for audiobooks or for podcasts. And in fact, I have a podcast in iTunes. You can use it to record materials for training videos. I have about 87,000 learners in my online classes. And you can use it to record material for videos that you put on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Check it out, Your Technology Tutor. So a variety of applications. And we're going to learn in subsequent episodes that audio is so important. In fact, audio is more important than your video. You might be surprised to hear that, but audio is so important to the listener, to the learner, to your audience. So how do you pick a great microphone for your computer? Well, first of all, let's do this. Let's take a look. So there's really, we've got these four different kinds of microphones as we see on the screen here, from left to right. This is a computer microphone, and that's the one I want to focus and recommend you use. In fact, that's what I'm using right now, a different brand than what's shown, but that's what we call a dynamic microphone that's available to connect directly to your computer. There's all those computer headsets like you see right here, and a computer headset, I've used that for a couple years. It works well, but I found they end up being flimsy, even when you pay a fair amount of money for, and they kind of, they don't last long. The upper right corner is a handheld microphone that we use in stage. You might use it to record musical instruments. That's a Shure SM58 for those who are particular. But that one requires an adapter. So if you have a really good microphone, you may want to invest in an adapter, but it may be more trouble than it's worth. If it's a dynamic microphone, and you can check the specifications, that'll work okay. But many other microphones require what's called phantom power, and a computer connection's not going to deliver enough phantom power. And in the bottom right corner, we see the kind of, the Apple earbuds, right? The ear pods that have a microphone built in that are great for talking on your mobile phone, on your smartphone, on your iPhone. But I don't recommend it for high quality recordings of podcasts, etc. on your office computer. What we need to do is think, okay, where are we plugging this in? So, here's a snapshot of a MacBook computer, and it's similar to ports you'll find on a lot of different computers, whether it's an HP or another Windows brand computer. But most people are going to connect, if you follow my recommendations, to the USB port, which you see is the center port right there. Now, the USB port, because the microphone that we want to use is made to connect to your computer. That's why I recommend one of those dynamic computer microphones. On the right side, you see the headphone port. And again, that's where you would connect the little ear pods, the earbuds, right? And you could use that, and I have used that when I've traveled and want to connect in a webinar or some other fashion. But again, I recommend connecting to the USB port. So again, the microphone I recommend is on the far left. There's a variety of brands. There's some folks who are using a company called Blue. They make the Yeti, Y-E-T-I. They make the Snowball, and they have the new Raspberry, which connects directly to a smartphone. A lot of folks who do recordings on their computer, online classes, webinars, etc., like the Snowball and the Yeti. I prefer this model right here that I'm using in front of me. In fact, I'll put it in the show notes just below. And I find that this works ideal, and it's the long cylinder. And the price point is somewhere you can find it between $60 and $90. So it while not being inexpensive, it's not hundreds of dollars. You can spend hundreds of dollars, but I have found, to be honest with you, it's not required. The reason why is when you're recording just your voice, we have what we call a frequency range, and a frequency range is the sounds from low to high. And those sounds, what you want to do is make sure that your microphone can expertly record the sounds in that range. And the human voice doesn't have as big of a range as you'll find a frequency spectrum in something like the flute or the piano or the violin. You want to use a higher quality microphone that has a larger frequency range than a voice mic. But since we're picking up our voice, the other thing is you want to get your mouth as close to the microphone as possible. That's going to give you the best quality sound, and it will avoid all the sounds around you. So I've picked a perfect place. I have a spot in our finished attic where I have my studio and my office here. So it's away from all the other noises of the home. And even if there are noises that happen outside, like a FedEx delivery truck or something, my mouth is close to the microphone. That's going to give me an optimum sound source. Again, thanks for joining me today on this tech tip for experts and authors. The next time we meet will be on Monday, and I'm going to talk about 2 accessories I think are vital to have if you are using a microphone to record in your home office and studio. Chet Davis saying thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of the day.